Class 9 and 10. English second paper, transformation of sentences, part 3. First, in this class, we'll discuss about the transformation of sentences on simple to complex and vice versa. Let's go to the point. Sentences. According to structure, sentences are of three types: simple sentence, complex sentence, and compound sentence. Before starting the transformation on simple, complex, and compound, we have to know about the sentences on structure. That means simple sentence, complex sentence, and compound sentence. At first, we know what is simple sentence. Do you know a simple sentence? Simple sentence has one principal clause and no subordinate clause. That is simple sentence. A sentence which has only one principal clause and have no subordinate clauses is called simple sentence. For example, Bangladesh. Bangladesh has some beautiful tourist spots. It is simple sentence because here I have a subject and I have a finite verb and extension. So it is simple sentence. Let's see what is complex sentence. Complex sentence. Complex sentence consists of one principal clause and one or more subordinate clause. The sentence which has one principal clause and one or more subordinate clause are joined with subordinating conjunction are called complex sentence. Example: if he comes, I will go. Example 2, though he is poor, he is honest. These two sentences are complex sentence because it has one principal clause and another subordinate clause. Here, I will go. In example 1, I will go, it is principal clause, and if he comes, it is subordinate clause. In example 2, though he is poor, it is subordinate clause, and he is honest. He is honest, it is principal clause. So, it is called complex sentence. Let's go to the next sentence. That's next point. Complex sentence. Complex sentence is have some conjunction of subordinating conjunctions. In complex sentence, principal clause and subordinate clause are joined with subordinating conjunction, such as, since, when, after, before, though, although, if, that, what, which, when, so that, so that, etc. All these are called subordinating conjunction that is used in complex sentence. See the example. Number 8. As he was ill, he could not attend the meeting. As he was ill, he could not attend the meeting. Here, as he was ill, it is subordinate clause. As he was ill, it is subordinate clause. He cannot attend the meeting. He could not attend the meeting. It is principal clause. In example B, he is so poor that he cannot buy a shirt. He is so poor. So that. Here, so that is used in this sentence. So it is complex sentence. Let's go to the next point. It is compound sentence. Do you know what is compound sentence? Compound sentence has two or more principal clauses combined with coordinating conjunction and that have no subordinate clause. It's called compound sentence. Compound sentence has two or more principal clauses. Have two or more principal clauses combined with coordinating conjunction. It's called compound sentence. Let's go to example A. Abdul Razzaq graduated last year and now he works in a bank. Here, Abdul Razak graduated last year. Here, it is principal clause that is combined with the coordinating conjunction and. Now, he works in a bank. Here, now he works in a bank. It is also a principal clause. Here, two principal clauses are combined with coordinating conjunction and. So it is compound sentence. An example: he is poor but honest. Actually, this sentence is he is poor but he is honest. Here, both two are principal clauses added with this coordinating conjunction verb. So it is compound sentence. Let's go to the next point. Compound sentence. What is coordinating conjunction? What is the sign of compound sentences? In compound sentences, independent clauses are joined with coordinating conjunctions such as and, but, or, nor, yet, not only, dot, dot, but also, etc. Coordinating conjunctions are used in compound sentences. See the example number A. Example A. He reads attentively and goes to school regularly. Here, he reads attentively and he goes to school regularly. Both are principal clause. Both are principal clause or independent clause joined with a coordinating conjunction and. So it is compound sentence. In example B. Read attentively or you will fail in the exam. Read attentively. It is a principal clause. You will fail in the exam. It is also another principal clause. Both are joined with coordinating conjunction or. So it is compound sentence. Dear learners, I think you can understand the fact about simple, complex and compound in the section transformation of sentences. Let's go to the next point. Simple to complex or complex to simple. Complex to simple or simple to complex will change. How can this change from one to another? See the example in complex sentence. Since he was small, he could not work hard. In complex sentence, here since is used. In simple sentence, because of his being ill, he could not work hard. Here, because of is used in simple sentence instead of since of complex sentence. In example 2, since he was ill, he could not go to college. In simple sentence, because of his being ill, he could not go to college. Here, you notice that because of in both sentences, because of is used instead of since. Let's see the rules. Rule number 1. If in complex sentence, as, since or when is used and subject, both clauses subject is same, then instead of as, since and when, in simple sentence we have to use because of plus possessive form of subject. If the subject is pronoun, then possessive form of subject plus being or having plus extension. Being or having, where we should use being and where we should use having. If in simple sentence be verb is used, if in simple sentence be verb is used, then we have to use being, and if you use have verb, then we have to use having. So it is the rules of as, since, when from complex to simple. The main fact is as, since, when plus same subject, both clauses, then because of plus possessive form of subject plus being object having plus extension. I think you all have understood. Let's go to the next example. Complex to simple or simple to complex. Since the mother was ill, the daughter could not go to college. In simple sentence, the mother being ill, the daughter could not go to college. In example 2, as the weather was cold, we could not go out. In simple sentence, the weather being cold, we could not go out. Here is since, as or since is used here, but simple sentence, the shape of simple sentence here is different from the example 1. Here, as, since or when is used in complex sentence and the subject of both clauses are different, I think. Let's see what the rules say. Let's see the rules. Number 2. Yes, since oblique when plus different subject both clauses plus be verb or have verb plus main verb. Then in simple sentence we have to use at first subject plus being. Instead of be verb we have to use being, and if we use have, then instead of have we have to use having plus adjective plus extension. So I can understand. Let's go to the next example. So that. So that. In simple sentence, 2. So see the example number 1. He is so weak that he cannot move. In simple sentence, he is too weak to move. In example 2, he is so poor that he cannot lead a decent life. In simple sentence, he is too poor to lead a decent life. Here, what is the rules? Let's see the rules. Number 3. If in complex sentence, so that is used. In simple sentence, we have to use .2 means in complex sentence. So that in simple sentence 2 we have to use. Let's go to the next example. Though he is healthy, he is lazy. Another example. Although he has riches, he leads a poor life. Here, what is the simple sentence of this complex sentence? In number 1, though he is healthy, he is lazy. In simple sentence, in spite of being healthy, he is lazy. Though he has riches, he leads a poor life. In spite of his having riches, he leads a poor life. What is the rules? I think rules will be, if in complex sentence though or although is used, then in simple sentence we have to use in spite of plus instead of be verb we have to use being, and or instead of have verb we have to use having. Then rest of the sentence. Let's see the rule. Yes, though oblique though in complex sentence. In spite of oblique despite plus subject was for plus being or having plus rest of the sentence. Here we see that instead of though or although in complex sentence we have to use in spite of or despite in simple sentence. Then possessive form of the subject if the subject is pronoun, then being or having. If in complex sentence there is used be verb, then we have to use being, and if in complex sentence there is used have verb, then we have to use having. That is the rules. Let's go to the next example. I live in a house that belonged to my uncle. I saw a girl who was singing a song. In simple sentence, I lived in a house belonging to my uncle. In example B, I saw a girl singing a song. Here, we see that there is used relative pronoun. Relative pronoun. So what is the rule? See. Let's see what is the rules. Relative pronoun. If in complex sentence there is used relative pronoun. In simple sentence, we have to use instead of relative pronoun, after relative pronoun, the verb will be present participle. The verb will be present participle. Let's see the example again. Let's see. What is the example? Which one is the relative pronoun? Let's see. Here. That is relative pronoun. What is the rules? Rules is at first subject, verb, plus extension, plus instead of relative pronoun, we have to use present participle of the next verb of relative pronoun, next verb. The next verb, relative pronoun, next verb, belonged. So, here present participle is belonging to my uncle. Here, I saw the girl who was singing a song. I saw the girl, after instead of relative pronoun, we have to use present participle, singing a song. I think you can understand. Let's go to the next example. So that he studied hard so that he can pass the examination. In simple sentence, he studied hard to pass the examination. In example B, he works hard so that he could succeed in life. In simple sentence, he works hard to succeed in life. So here we can notice that in complex sentence, if we use so that, in simple sentence, we have to use infinitive. So let's see the rules. What is the rules? If in complex sentence, so that so that is used, then in simple sentence we have to use the first part of the sentence, then instead of so that we have to use to plus principal clause plus base form of verb plus extension. I think you can understand. Let's go to the next example. When he was 6, he left his house. At the age of 6, he left his house. An example B, when it was spring, kakus. In the spring, kakus. What is the rules here? In example 1, when. In example B, it is when. But answer is different. Why? Answer is different. The rules will be here. If, by when it expresses is, then in simple sentence we have to use at the age of plus extension of the first clause, then second clause. Let's see the rules. If in complex sentence, when is used. If by the when it expresses the meaning of time, then we have to use at or in the plus time plus principal clause. And if by the when it is used, it is expressed the meaning of is, then in from simple sentence we have to use at the is plus dot plus principal clause. I think you can understand. Dear learners, please take a screenshot of these rules or write down the rules on your notebook. Let's go to the next example. If you do not work hard, you will not prosper in life. In simple sentence, without working hard, you will not prosper in life. If you do not read attentively, you will not pass the examination. Without reading attentively, you will not pass the examination. So what is the rules here? In example 1, if plus negative. In simple sentence, without plus ing. perhaps it will be the rules. Let's see the rules. In complex sentence, if plus subject plus negative plus dot dot plus principal clause is used in complex sentence, then in simple sentence, at first we have to use without plus verb ing plus rest of the sentence plus principal clause. Here, you notice that if plus subject plus negative in complex sentence, we have to use without plus verb plus ing in simple sentence. Is it clear? I think it is clear to you. If plus negative in complex sentence, in simple sentence without plus verb plus ing. Let's go to the next example. If you work hard, you would succeed in life. If you work hard, you can succeed in life. Here, two examples here. First one, written in simple past tense. Second one, simple present tense. But it is affirmative sentence. It is affirmative. If plus affirmative. I think what will be the please see what will be the rules here. If in previous sentences there is if, but we used there without, but here is also if. Here is also used if, but here we use by. Why? Let's see the rules. If in complex sentence, if plus affirmative plus rest of the sentence plus principal clause. If clause means it is subordinate clause. If subordinate clause is affirmative with if, conjunction if, then in simple sentence we have to use at first by plus verb plus ing plus rest of the clause plus principal clause. But you notice that if plus affirmative plus rest of the subordinate clause plus principal clause in complex sentence, in simple sentence we have to use by plus verb plus ing plus principal clause. In the same way, if in simple sentence there is used by plus verb plus ing plus rest of the subordinate clause plus principal clause, then in complex sentence we have to use if plus affirmative according to subject and tense. Verb will be affirmative according to subject and tense, and person plus rest of the subordinate clause plus principal clause. Dear learners, I understand. I think that you all have understood these two rules. It is also the